Hiya folks, another weekend back on Dirty Dyane's engine. Let me show you. Here she is in her glory. Gave it a little wash, as you can see, because it was heavily collected in grease. We got to check these. This is the oil feed pipe. We might replace this. Obviously, the oil pumps at the block, goes down these two pipes. One goes to that cylinder head, and one goes to this one. We think we might have found a problem. We had a broken oil ring, but we're going to take this piston off. Jacob's going to release the little circlip. We'll put our special tool on to wind the gudgeon pin out, and we'll take the piston out. I'll be a little bit careful because he's going to ping all over the place. Jacob's just doing the other side. This is the tool we made to remove the gudgeon pins, and this is probably 20 years old now. Jacob's sliding the tool over the piston. He's done it up a little bit just to line it up. You can't really see too much. Now in theory, here she comes. That's it. Then he releases the tool. And in theory, the piston should come off. Look at that.
Happy days.
And just down here are the new pistons. And if you can see it, there's an arrow on each head. And that means that points towards the front of the engine. And you'll be amazed how many I see put on the wrong way. Now obviously the gudgeon pin for the piston goes through. We got to make sure, and normally there isn't, but we want to see what play there is. So Jake's going to get the gudgeon pin out and put it in, and just do sideways and up and down movement, see what play there is. Really should supposed to have a proper measuring gauge for this, but this is there's no play. Jacob, is there?
No, it feels all good, no play at all.
Good. So what we're going to do now is put the piston on. We're going to put this piston on the engine. We put this yellow cloth in because when you put the circlip in, you see there's one in there already. I'll show you this one I've done already. When you put the circlip in, it can, if you're not careful, ping off, and you don't want it pinging inside in the engine. So what this is, so Jacob, the arrow there, pointing the front. I'm going to pass this to my assistant, my son Jacob, and he's going to put it in. We already tested this one, there's not too much play. Just get a little bit of oil to put round here, so when we put the gudgeon pin in, it just slides a bit easier. And you can see it's going in. So let's put it on the engine. Now we've already put the clip on this side, so when he pushes the gudgeon pin in, it will come to a stop when it hits the pin, so you know you've gone far enough. And you just push it in with your finger, and now you can see the pin's gone in. Now, what he's got to do, it's a tricky little job, is to put the clip in there. And this is why we put this in the way, because you don't want this pinging off. You don't want it pinging over the workshop, but you don't want it to ping inside the engine, because that will cause a bit of damage. While Jake has been doing that, I've been busy with our sandblaster. Let's have a look, see what I've been up to. This is our sandblaster. We have the top engine cowling. I'm just in the process of blasting it. We got the clips in both sides, the gudgeon pin's in good. It's not stiff, it moves nicely. Now it's time to put the barrel on. Now what you don't want to do is line up the piston rings so the grooves are in the same place. You want to sort of do them opposites. I generally put one sort of 8:30, put one over here about 4 o'clock and one at midday. So you just gently move them around. Tool to compress the rings, what Jacob will now show you. You want this just to go past the top of the piston. All the way. Now what that's done is compress the rings. So when we put the barrel on, it basically goes down and pushes it down, and the rings are going inside the barrel. Now some people like to put them on with oil, but a very good Kiwi friend of mine who's an engine rebuilder, he always has to build them dry, because if you build them too much oil, you can get glazing, what causes even more problems. Yep. These we had machined off 0.5 of a mil. Not that it's going to make that much difference, but it's slightly more compression, puts the head slightly closer to the piston. Now it's on, we can release the torque. There you go. New pistons, new barrels. She should fly, hopefully. We should really put a new one of these on, because you can see it's starting to pit quite. And if these leak, they do leak.
This has got bad in.
Yeah. You see, we got a new engine gasket kit. This is the old push rod seals, and I'm really trying to squeeze them, and they're rock hard. They're not moving. This is the new ones. You can really squeeze them up, and that's good. The old ones are absolutely knackered, and that's why when we were cleaning the engine there's a lot of oil here, because these must have been leaking, because they're probably 20-30 years old. So we were fitting nice new ones. The push rods go in there and open and close the valves, and in there it hits a cam, and there's cam followers. I always like to take them out. They're a bit tricky to get out. I always like to take them out just to see the condition of them, and you can see the face from this. I've seen some where they're badly pitted where the cam's been hitting it, and also I've seen one where there was almost had a hole. I can get my finger out of it. You probably won't be able to see too much down now. That's the cam followers. Press them back in. Hiya folks, thanks for watching this video. This is just a quick reminder for you to subscribe to our newsletter, where we'll send you our free ebook, the 2CV Buyer's Guide. Plus, it's the best way of keeping up to date all what's going on at the 2CV shop. Now, back to the video. There's a cylinder head just pushed on, and if you look, let me see if I can show you a different angle. I haven't got, as you can see, I haven't got the springs or the seals on, so you can see what's happening. Now, a rookie mistake is you have 3 head bolts. 1, 2, 3 head bolts. Then people do them up, and then the head pushes in. Now if you look now, as you can see, the push rod tubes are catching the bottom of the engine block where they're supposed to go in. So what people do, they sort of do the heads up nice and uniformly, and you cannot see this once you've got the seals on, and what happens, you end up crushing the tubes, and you don't know you've done it until you start the engine up, and it absolutely pisses with oil. Then when you take a cylinder head off, you end up with some crushed tubes, like the ones in the picture now, what we took of our customer's car. So what I recommend you do, when you fit the heads, push it up a bit and push it in the best you can, and you can see now it's somewhere in the right place. When you do the headbolts up, always lead from the bottom one. So tighten that one up a quarter of a turn, do these up, pinch them up. It's somewhere in the right place now, but if we lead from the top, do the top ones up first, it will push the cylinder head forward and drop the tubes down, you end up crushing them. So when you put the head on, always lead from the bottom. So quarter of a turn on the bottom one, pinch the top ones up. Quarter turn, and what that does, if I go on the side profile, it will twist the head this way, what will lift the tubes up in the air like that, in the right place. So you will not crush the tubes if you do it that way. Before you get it too fine, what I like to do is bring the barrel out a bit so it goes into the head. So you know it's best part in there, so you're not end up crushing anything. You can see it's come out of this bit a bit, but that doesn't matter, there's plenty in there. Jacob's now torquing them up. We torque them up to 9 Newton meters all round, then slowly build it up to 24.4 or 25. First we'll change the oil feed pipe, put a new one on, then we'll adjust the tappets, put the rocker covers on, engine cowlings, then the manifold back on top.